All right. All right. The poor man's opening.
Yes. Well, I was screaming. My dogs were barking, so I was screaming. So I double checked to make sure I was muted as I was telling my dogs to shut up. So
Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the 45th episode of Cardboard and Cold Ones, where we raise our beers and cheers to the legends we admire on the cardboard we collect.
absolutely working a little New Glarus Wisconsin beer.
I'm getting tired of giving these guys shout outs, but Zadie's Lager, Union Craft Brewery, still waiting. In my email, I check my inbox every day. I even check the spam. I got nothing.
Just in case.
Just in case. Just in case. Yes. Big card show weekend, obviously, with the Phillies show coming up. Our guest is going to be going to the Phillies show. And unfortunately, he did not schedule around my schedule this time. He learned his lesson, I think. So, I'm going Sunday. He's going Saturday, which I think is when the majority of people are going.
Right.
But I know they're Neil and Ray are booked, they booked the like a hotel lounge or something to for a get together. And I hope everybody has a miserable time.
Because you won't be there.
Yes. No. No. I'm sure everyone's gonna have a great time and hang out, crack a few beers, and show off some of their cards that they picked up. Perhaps. I imagine that's going to be on the agenda. What do you got going?
I don't have too much shaking this weekend. My wife is out of town for quite some time. So I'm kind of just hanging. I actually have talked to another person in the hobby, Steve, Vintage on Vintage, and we might hit a couple shops, or I might see if there's a show locally, and maybe we'll hit that up. But we were kind of chatting today. So,
are you making a video to show off your new card?
I already did. I posted it about an hour before we came on. Yeah.
You want to show it off right now?
Yeah, I might as well now. I don't know if this is going to be moving or not with my horrible lighting.
Crap. Hold on. There we go. Yeah, that's not doing anything.
How about that?
But now nobody can, they can see it, but then nobody can see the name.
Yeah, let me do that. Is that working at all?
You got to what you got to do is you got to put that ring lamp
in front of me.
In front of you, yeah.
Right. I have no room because of my computer. I've got my whole computer shoved off to the side. I've got to figure out what I'm doing for more permanent setup. But it's a fine pen Lefty Grove is what it is. So go check out the video.
That'll do it justice.
Yeah.
So as we mentioned, we always have a guest, and tonight I figured we'd bring somebody on who we're both very familiar with. I see him more often than I really need to. But no, we run into each other at the Fishkill show, the Garfield show, at the National, the Phillies show, the Strongsville.
Yeah, Strongsville.
Yep.
I mean, with the three of us hung out quite a bit at the National this year.
Yeah. He's always around. He's always here to put a smile on your face. To make sure that everyone's having a good time and living a drama-free life. Let's bring him in. Mr. Keith, go ahead and do your own introduction. I love it.
Oh, welcome back to the Lonely Basement. Baseball card. I wasn't ready. That was a hell of an introduction, Sammy. Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Oh, yeah, I can do it for you. I've been working on it.
I tell you.
That was amateur hour.
Hanging around. That guy Keith. He's always around. You forgot Mount Kisco, by the way, the number one card show that we both attend.
Yeah, can you? Why don't you tell? Well, you know what? I'm not gonna. I don't want to get into it.
You don't want to start trouble. Sounds like you want to start trouble.
And no one's gonna instigate that more than Keith.
I was very, very close. But I'm not going to.
I'll let it go. I'll let it pass.
Keith found a great. I mean, he found the 52 Topps. What is it? The Billy Martin? Is that what it was?
Or was it? Now you're gonna make me pull it out.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I don't have that box down. It's over here.
Is it a Rizzuto or is it a Martin? I can't remember.
A Martin.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Martin. Now I'm yelling because I stood up.
It sounded like you're upset.
Welcome to the Lonely Basement. The Martin.
Hold on. Let me give you the floor.
There you go.
Yeah,
It's
that
a
is
beaut, Clark. It's a beaut.
If you don't look at these two bottom corners, it's perfect. But these bottom corners are a little interesting, but it's beautiful. And again, this is the card that Sammy helped me find at Mount Kisco. We were looking at it. I looked at it, immediately jumped on the table, and the guy had it marked for $60, and he comped it real fast, and it was comping for like 120.
Yeah,
and I looked at the
insane.
guy, and I said, "How much?" And he goes, 40. So this is like a $120 card that the guy sold me for $40. Thanks to Sammy.
That's a score.
I can't take it. All I did was pull up how much they sold for in various in a 2 in various conditions. Like,
and I see that guy Mount Kisco a lot. He didn't seem to be very interested in. He wanted to get rid of stuff that day. I don't know.
yeah, I know. I mean,
that's a good thing.
He had a wide variety of stuff. So he was like maybe one or out of the whole show, like 2 or 3 vintage guys.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of that lately. A lot of my local shows are filled with the Pokemon and the modern, and they're almost not worth going to. So
without starting too much trouble, this show, the biggest problem that they have for it going for them is the lighting. You walk in that show, you feel like it's I don't know, I can't find the right words.
Bring your candles to Mount Kisco.
Yeah.
Light the cards on fire to see more cards.
Like there are guys who have to bring their own lamps and to set up so that their table.
You used to bring your own lamps.
I did, yeah, and I highly recommend it.
I think you were the first guy I saw that actually brought lamps.
Yeah, and then there was a guy, Doug, who does like modern football. He saw that and he's like, I'm doing that. So he bought a bunch, and I think he still does it to this day. It's helpful. It's very helpful.
So I don't know, Sam, you know the guy from Armonk, the card shop, and he does that show?
What, the Mount Kisco show?
Yeah, the guy from Armonk who's involved in that.
I know the guy, what's his name? Mike, is it?
I think it is. Yeah, I think that's the same guy. So one day, one of the first times I was in there, I made a joke to this dealer about the lighting. I said the same thing. I said, the poorest lit show in Westchester County.
Oh, no.
And it was the guy who runs the show, and he just stared at me. And I was like, all right. Well, it is. It's the truth.
What's done is done at that point. There's no bringing it back.
I just don't understand because at the ceiling, like has lighting that can be used. I don't know if it's just burnt out and they never replaced the bulbs, or
I actually did a work event there long before I went to a card show there. We did an orientation event there, and we rented it out, and it was like that then too. And it's a beautiful space, but they just won't upgrade. They got the old sconces with the little tiny bulbs on the wall, and that's it.
I forgot we need to do a roll call. I messed up, so let me do that real fast. eBay is here. He's super excited. I don't understand eBay why you're not excited to see Keith. You need to show
right.
Andrew is here as expected. There will not be any wrestling cards unless Keith has some. Andy is here.
Interesting.
Mike Jayhawker, he's loving your Lefty Grove.
Yes, thank you, sir.
Let's see. Brad is here. Mike Good is here. I think Mike said he has some beer for me at the Philly show. That's my understanding. Is it Zadie's, Mike? Did you get some Zadie's? I can always use more.
He works for them.
Right? Can you imagine? I'm early and late at the same time. Evening. Oh, Matt is here.
Look at that guy.
Yeah.
I think I've talked to him once or twice over the week.
Jake T. O'Donnell is here. Hope this goes better for Keith than the For Collectors live stream.
Well, we have upgraded the internet. I was telling the gentleman on the show, we had a 2.5 hour internet service call the other day. So.
The dial-up seems to be working well. So
yes,
good.
I had to dial 0 first, but it worked.
All right, so Jacob Dahl is here. Ruben is here. Let's go, Keith. Phil Nico Fan 35. Hope he's drinking the Fireball tonight.
There's Billy, yeah.
Dave Peacemaker Cards, the Philippines Collection. Big ups, everybody. Mike from Hitman 23, Blue Tape.
That's a Keith reference. That's a Keith and Brent reference.
Brent Richards and baseball cards. He is here. Brent. Greg is here. Glad you got the cards the same from Waxahachie, Texas, and the info out of my town. Yes, I will. Yeah, he has some really cool postcards he sent me, and I will showcase them on a video. I just haven't gotten around to it yet, but I will. Sven is here. Saturday is the day all the cool folks are going to Philly. That is true. Jay, average vintage collector, hopping on to say what's up, but it's Bills night.
Yeah, that's right. Thursday night
Big old
football.
Bills. Yep. What's up, beautiful people? It's Lou Rock TV. The Rock is here. Just checking. Killer Brew Kurt is here. Rusty is here. Neil is here. One of the two guys organizing the Philly get together. Sammy is saying you need a flashlight to walk the aisles. Yes. Was the show darker than Jason's room? I wonder.
I did you see me adjusting the lighting as I was trying to? There, is that better? There, that's better.
That is
right?
actually a lot better.
Yeah.
That is a lot better.
So.
Lighting a trade night much better than the show. Blue tape alert. Hello, Keith. God like collectibles. Lou is here. Sci Guy 29 finally made it to a live, but you made it to a good one because it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. The Sammy Jason is just my traditional opening. No offense to the guests. Oh man. Warren is here for how long? What's the over under that Warren sticks around before his wife shuts him down and tells him to leave?
He'll be sleeping in 30 minutes. He gets up at like 3 a.m. or something like that. So,
yeah. Oh man, congrats, Rusty, on that big pickup. I guess Rusty has a new card that he just picked up, and we are back. Oh, and then the carddeal.com. Kudos to the host.
Very cool.
All right, Keith. Now you're gonna have to carry the show for the next 45 minutes.
I think the one thing that's clear is that blue tape is sweeping the nation. I'd just like to point that out.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you guys made that a hot topic for crying out loud.
All right.
Any topics that are floating your boat lately, Keith, that you'd like to chat about?
Well, the first thing I have to bring up is my good friend Andrew Deutsch and yours. And Andrew definitely wanted me to show a wrestling card.
Don't do it.
So I hunted, believe it or not, I hunted hard and deep, and I did find one.
No, you didn't.
One more than I have.
No, you didn't.
So I found one card that I own, and this is for Andrew, who incidentally was literally the first subscriber and the first commenter ever on the Lonely Basement. This is a beautiful Roddy Piper and
JYD.
Junkyard Dog Stranglehold card. 1985 WWF. And it's funny because I collected I had all the rubber, the rubber dolls, the hard ones, and the ring and all that stuff.
Yep.
And I still have them actually. But I didn't buy the cards for some reason. I was collecting baseball cards like hardcore then, but I was buying the wrestling toys, but I wasn't buying the wrestling cards.
Yeah.
So that is for Andrew.
My buddy still has his ring and all his figures and all that. So
yeah, my ring has a big crack in it, and like the ropes
Right.
don't go around it anymore, but it exists at Grandma's house. So
all right, so that will cover Andrew's
wrestling.
insatiable thirst for wrestling cards.
Chuck will be coming to the basement like that. Yep.
Now I'm patrolling my non-sport box for the wrestling card, and I found these for Jason, which are some of my favorites. But these are the I even forget the year, 1990, I think. These are the rock cards, and that is the Scott Ian from Anthrax.
Yes, it is.
And I actually have the entire Anthrax set.
I know Frank Bello.
Yep, Frank Bello from Brooklyn.
Charlie, the drummer lives in Chicago now.
Dan Spitz. You know Dan Spitz makes watches now?
Does he really?
He makes like really, really high-end watches now, yeah.
That's crazy.
He's like a watchmaker, like all the little, yeah. There's Charlie.
Yeah, he lives in Chicago. He's still plays out a lot.
So those are my Anthrax cards that I had to bring a little thrash for Jason tonight.
We saw them at the same show, did we not?
Yeah, it was actually this tour, the Persistence of Time tour.
Yes, it was. Great tour.
With the
great
big
album.
clock. The hand would go around.
Yep. Little Clash of the Titans.
Clash of the Titans.
Slayer was
Megadeth,
my main go-to there. Slayer, Megadeth, Anthrax, and Alice in Chains was the
and who
opening
knew?
band.
Who knew who Alice in Chains was when they opened that shit?
Right, they got bigger. They got bigger than all of those bands.
Yeah, but you didn't know who they were. They're like, oh, these guys are pretty good, but I don't know. It's different, And then
I was just the opposite. We went
a year later, the world would change.
Right. We went in there and I'm like, what is this? This ain't metal. You know, I'm like, this is garbage. And then 5 years later, I'm like, these guys are fantastic. And I shot them a lot of crap when I saw them live. So it was the first album too.
Yeah, they were getting a little. I don't want to say they were getting heckled. They were playing during in the daytime when the sun was still up and all that.
Yep.
And one of my friends was like yelling at him, and his girlfriend was on his like shoulders, and Lane Staley was yelling at him, and he's like, "Your girlfriend wants to me, not you." And he's like, "Come on, let her come backstage, and we'll see what happens." And it was because they were kind of miscast on that tour a little bit.
Right. Absolutely.
So,
but yeah, great tour. Slayer, Sammy. We love Slayer, Sammy.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
that's
just to finish the kickoff here, I did also find this in my non-sport box when I was looking for that wrestling card. I don't know if you guys remember these kind of things. I have like 2 packs of these. This is Sean the Sissy. I don't know if it's appropriate anymore. But what are they? I don't even. They're like one of those wacky cards from like the 80s.
Yeah.
Kind of like fake Garbage Pail Kid type deal.
Right, right.
So I thought those were interesting.
Lane wanted to snuff her rooster.
Something like that is what he said, basically. He basically said, tell her to come back here and
Well,
I'm the man in her box.
Oh, hey.
Hey-o.
Damn.
You know that Lane, that song is about, Rooster is about
his dad.
Charles' father. That was his nickname in Vietnam.
Yeah. Yep.
So quite a reference connection there for Ruben.
No, that's one of those bands, if you actually go back and re-listen to it, like, you really appreciate it even more. And not every band's like that, but if you go back and listen to Old House and Change, you're like, wow, they really were that good.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
The best to come out of Seattle, in my opinion. And then right behind him is Soundgarden. So
yeah, they were the kind of the jump start there.
Yeah.
All right, well, we got to talk about baseball because we went from like 47 to 37 people, so we need to get back up.
Uh-oh.
We're losing people, Keith.
Here's the Yogi
coming to hang out.
Oh, here we go.
Tops.
We're up to 39. We're up to 39.
There you go.
Bring back the baseball.
Beautiful 55 Tops Yogi
That
Berra
is a
from
sweet-looking Berra.
That's a beautiful
Strongsville.
example.
Yeah, this was a Strongsville pickup from Tim Payne. It is in a 5 if you care of such things. There you go. A baseball card.
Nice centering and good registration. Good color. Bright colors.
I wasn't shopping for this card at Strongsville at all. This card just jumped out of the case. Yeah, it jumped out of the case at me. The color, and I was just like, I'm buying. It was the first card I bought, I think. Pretty much like the first real, like, bigger vintage card besides a giant pile of 80s junk wax Yankees that I may have shown on my channel.
Yeah, I think on the last day you were shopping for that. I was Sunday. Like I was.
That was the second time. I did it the first day, and then I went back and did it Sunday too.
Because I was box diving with you. I'm like, all right, let's see what I can find here.
Yeah, because I'll never forget this. I had my hold please. I had my trusty book, and I opened it up, and Jason was looking at the book, and he saw all these years and all these lists, and he just went, Jesus Christ.
That's exactly right. That's exactly
He's
right.
like, you're going to try to buy all those? I was like, yep. I'm going to try to buy all those.
I think I said something along the lines, that's exactly why I don't set collect. I'm like, holy Jesus.
Well, I team set collect. It's a little different.
Right.
It's still a lot.
You need a tail bearer to go with that.
So, Sammy, I gotta promote Mike now. Have you seen this yet? The veteran show, the one that he did at the ballpark last year. He's doing it at All Sport this year in Fishkill.
He gave me the full story on why he's not doing it at the ballpark.
Yeah, me too. And like, listen, if you're gonna do something for the veterans, you want them as much money as possible to go to the veterans. Isn't that the point?
Mike's
so that's at All Sport in November 8th in Fishkill, New York.
Yeah.
So, but that got me thinking. You ready? So I was looking at this, and I just pulled some of this stuff out, and I started looking, and I think Sammy might appreciate some of this. These are flyers that I have from literally 40 years ago. And this is the New York Sports Collectibles Spectacular at the Tappan Zee High School in 1991.
Wow.
Yogi Berra, Duke Schneider, Willie McCovey, Sparky Lau, and Raleigh Fingers.
That's a good lineup.
Are there prices on there?
$13. McCovey, Schneider, Berra, Mel Allen, and it's funny, Sparky Lyle and Raleigh Fingers. And it's funny, if I could go back in time, the first one I would get would be the Mel Allen, which most people probably wouldn't, but that's the first one I would want. $7 for Mel.
Jesus.
And then here's another one they had with Harmon Killebrew and Ralph Houck, who's been dead a long time, man.
Killebrew signed a ton. I've got a ball signed by Killebrew. Beautiful autograph.
Did he?
But he signed a ton.
And these are from 1987.
Hojo.
This is my local card show when I was a kid, and this is from 1987. This is at the Howard Johnson's, and then this is the 1990 88 edition, I think, which got they got bigger. See, they started getting big, you know.
Yeah,
So
colored paper too.
They got big. Oh, nice paper. Yeah, definitely. And I think one of these had the this one. Here you go. Here's another one from them. My childhood local card show, and right here, door prize 1984 Topps.
Wow.
Don Mattingly.
Nice.
Oh, that was the Grail.
Come on, man.
$1.50 admission. It's about the same price as a lot of the small shows.
Yeah, right. We're paying 15 this weekend in Philly.
We are. Well,
Now I'm in paper, guys. I'm just warning you. So this one was in my stack. This is actually a Frisch. I have a bunch of the catalogs, but this is interesting because I used to buy some stuff from Frisch catalogs, and this, my dad had filled this out. That's my dad's handwriting right there, and he had filled it out. I guess I was going to order something from this, but then either we didn't or we ordered it a different way over the phone or something.
huh.
So I found my dad's handwriting right there on this this Larry Frisch order guide here.
You keep everything, don't you?
Well, it's funny you say that. So now this one's for Jason, because I literally was going through a stack. If no one's ever looked in that corner over there. I know it's in there because I went through it, but there's a lot of nonsense in there, newspapers, everything. Can you see that, Jason?
The Jimmy Fox Wheaties box, 35.
Yeah, this is Covell's On Sports Collectibles, 1993. I have no idea where this came from or what it's about. It's like one of these little flyer things that, when you subscribe to Baseball Cards magazines, these things would show up in your house, but that's a whole box.
Yeah, if you get that bottom panel where it says Wheaties, that thing goes from 150 to about 600 just for that back panel.
It only went for $920.
Is that 920?
The whole box, yeah. Cereal boxes, 1935 Jimmy Fox Wheaties.
Yep.
Wow.
Page 68. Let's see. This does not have 68 pages. Oh yeah, it's all kinds of Wheaties boxes and stuff in there.
I've let the cat out of the bag on that. I'm finding that when I'm looking those up now, they're starting to, and I don't think it was because of me and my massive channel, but they're starting to go up in price pretty quick.
Well, I noticed on your channel, you just posted one. I was literally driving home right before this, and I was driving home, and I watched your video, most of it, and you said the prices are going up on the wide pens and the fine pens, so
yes,
you might be influencing Jason.
Yeah, one or two people.
Now, if you guys need to see a card, somebody just say card, and I'll show a card. But
Card.
this one,
Card. No. Go ahead.
hold on.
Go ahead.
Here's a Bill Dickey.
Great
There
card.
you go.
Look at that. We just got 4 new viewers jumped on.
This is one of my favorite cards of all
That's
time.
a great card.
That
This is
awesome.
why this was my moniker for a long time until my friend of yours, Dean, made a little logo for me from
Dean is here. Thank you, Dean.
Goodman and West 238th Street.
Yeah, man.
There you go. And that is a beautiful card. And I always dream that he's screaming at Mickey Mantle there in 1951, sending him back to the minors or something. Actually, that's 52. Sorry. Well, whatever. It's a 51 photo. 51 photo. But these are the kind of things how we used to buy cards. They used to mail you this stuff. And this one, look at this damn thing. It's one of those old school.
Yeah, like
You know how much data entry must have to go in?
Looks like Bill James.
You're right, exactly.
Do you know how much data entry would have to go in to type in all this stuff, all these cards in here, and all the prices in here? Those were your 80s. Luckily, I'm not reading the chat. Julio Franco, 75 cents.
There's my buddy Chris. I haven't talked to Mr. Missouri in a while. I owe him a phone call. He's been a busy beaver. I was avoiding him for a while because Missouri beat Kansas in football, so I didn't want to talk to him. So,
Keith, do you have is it the Renata Galasso? Anything from her?
You know what? I went through here and I actually thought I did because I thought that Tappan Z one was, but it wasn't. So I don't think I do. I know if you go through the old magazines, they're in there, but I don't think I have an actual flyer from them. I must have had some of them mailed to the house though back in the day, but I can't find one. Like I said, the Tappan Z is. I thought that was actually one of hers, but it wasn't.
Sven wants you to show a Hank Bauer card.
Well, Hank Bauer's over here.
I keep forgetting. Keith, you're my age, aren't you?
49.
You're you're a couple years younger. So, but you were collecting early because a lot of that stuff was like in my peak, 11, 12.
Yeah, some of that's like 86, 87. Like these were 87. So that's like, I know I was going to these shows because my name is stamped on there, the mailing list. So I was definitely going to these shows in 87. Doobie-doobie-doo.
Brad, my want list back then was Bone on my I don't know if you meant a Commodore computer, Bone on my Commodore computer. I don't know if that's a typo.
Did he have that 64 or the 128 going? That's the real question.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Hank Bauer is clearly a hole in my collection, gentlemen. Because I'm going through 50s and I'm like, no Hank Bauer, no Hank Bauer, no Hank Bauer.
No Hank Bauer in a Baltimore Orioles uniform, says Mike Good.
Well, I wouldn't have that anyway.
Ruben says Keith is a bicentennial baby like me and Mookie.
All right, I'm at 50. I have not found a Hank Bauer. I must have some Hank Bauer.
It's somewhere in there.
Well, I mean, these are all in year order, and if I had something in these years, I would have hit it already. It's time to buy Hank Bauer at the Philly show this weekend.
I think your next card should be a Tip Top Brad Mickey Mantle.
Well, I'm funny you should say that. I have one right here. No, the Tip Top. I don't know if that's on the top of the list right now, but the Dandy's kind of my next target if I can.
Bauer's got a
squeeze
Dandy,
it up,
right?
See, there you go.
It's a beautiful looking one.
I went right past him because he's in the Bowman's.
Gotcha. That's really nice. Bowman, yeah. Those colors.
Is it clean? It's clean. Sorry.
There you go.
No writing for Mookie. No filled out stats.
Well, it's funny you say that. Should we check? Because I've never checked mine. Not filled out. Billy Martin's not filled out.
No, if they got a grade of a 3, it wouldn't be filled out.
Let's see. Casey in the black and white. The black and white didn't have stat back. What? That's interesting.
Every time Keith shows a card, everyone take a drink.
The Casey doesn't have a stat back, so they didn't have stat. Maybe because he was a manager.
Yeah, I was gonna say he was a manager. What's maybe with wins and losses, that'd be it.
Well, they went out of their way to not put the boxes down, I guess.
Mookie's here. He wants you to check. So we're gonna stick around and just check for the entire night.
Allie Reynolds. Allie Reynolds does not have. This is one of the best cards ever. I love this card. Look at that on his shoulder there.
Yeah, that's sweet.
No.
Same with the Spawn. The Spawn from that set. He's got that Indian head on the shoulder.
The Vic Raschi. This is the only time we show the backs on purpose for Mookie here.
We're gonna spend a lot of time for Mookie.
They are not. No, that's the end of 53 Bowman. They're not scored. But I could write on them for the right amount with a vintage pen, and
No, see, that's the thing is that Mookie doesn't want any of that. He wants.
He does his forensics. He'll check the DNA to see when it was written and what type of pen, and he that Mookie headquarters will know if it's fake or not.
That is true.
What Mookie doesn't know doesn't hurt him, and if we can have these scandals in the hobby, we can stat back some cards. Come on, you just have to have the right ink.
I think we should do some sort of test for him. So we'll mark 3 or 4 cards and then give him 4 or 5 already marked cards and see if he can sniff out the ones.
Is he up for the challenge? That's the question.
Hey, we're gonna be driving for an hour and a half or 2 hours to get to Philly. So absolutely.
You have to do all similar cards though, so he can't really have a vibe that one is better than the other or something.
Right.
He says he's not be party to this, so he's not doing it.
He's already on to us.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's figured it out.
Where are the pinhole cards?
I guarantee you, at least one person has put a pinhole in a card and mailed it to Mookie so they could send him a pinhole card.
No way.
I bet on it. Some commenter or somebody like.
I think his forensics would find that out.
I hope so. The world may never know.
I would believe he would detect that.
The
He would
world
tell
may
you the
never
make
know.
or the brand of the pin.
He would take like a loop and look at it closely. Like, this is fresh.
Right.
Yeah,
right,
you could tell
right.
by the tearing on the
Right.
paper had been. You'd really have to do some Kurt's card care to like make it authentic.
Right.
I guess.
The fiber of the cardboard looks too clean.
Yeah, exactly. You'd have to age the open fibers to
Right,
make it.
right.
Mookie responds back, Keith, next thing you'll tell me is there's no Santa.
No, he's real. Santa Claus is real. 100%.
His pinholes are vintage done. They're not fresh. I guarantee you, he's got the radius and the diameter already scoped out. He could tell like a vintage pinhole versus like a modern pinhole.
Well, the funny thing is, like, there's so many different pins that they used, and he knows all the different pins and different sizes, and the whole bit. So,
Yes, the map pin versus the tack pin versus
the staple versus
Right.
the whole bit. Now, I know you tried to sidetrack me, but this is fun. This one says, handwritten up here, Incaviglia and Schneider, Corey Schneider, and 84 Don Mattingly. So, Corey Schneider was hot in 87, Jason. You remember that.
Yeah, so was Pete Incaviglia.
Pete Incaviglia, yeah. You know how I always remember Incaviglia, actually? When Mattingly hit the 8 straight home runs, 8 straight games, and tied Dale Long. Somebody else thinks they did that, but I think it's Mattingly and Dale Long. I don't know about anybody else. But I remember very vividly watching that game, and Donnie flicked one out to left field the other way. And I just remember Pete Incaviglia going back, and he had that belly, and he just like flopped up against the wall. And I'll never forget it. And I actually went back and looked at highlights of it to make sure my memory was right. And I'm right. He like flops up against the wall with his big belly, and the ball just carries over the fence. But he gave it a college try.
Yeah, he gave it a little effort.
He went for it. He got like two inches off the ground, I think. But
So one of the Bo Jackson running up the wall and catching things.
Yeah, or like the Canseco one where it hit him in the head.
Hit him in the head. Yeah, bounced and hit him in the head.
Now, 86 Topps rack packs are apparently $2, and you can get a case for $90. So that's big.
86?
Yep.
What's
And
the case cost now? 30?
This guy also just arrived 88. So
Oh, boy.
I think
So
this must be from 88 because the rack packs are $2 each, $30 a box. So he was selling the 86 at the same price as the 88s back then. So
And the 86 go for a little bit more.
I would have devoured those 86.
I think my most recent post on Instagram was my 86 Nolan Ryan. I had it sitting there. I'm like, let me post this up there.
Yeah, I saw that post.
Now, Sammy, if you ever need to see a card, just yell card, all right?
I'm not okay. Card.
So 86. So funny you bring up 1986.
Why don't we even bother?
He's just gonna randomly grab something.
1970.
Ooh,
Thurman
Look at
Munson
that.
Ooh,
in a
look at
7.
that,
If
man.
you care of such things.
You went
There you go.
big.
Now Mookie's is like this. It's a little better than mine, but mine has the rest of the card on there. Unfortunately,
Dave McDonald's on there.
yeah, he's big. He's big.
Great.
One day Dan's gonna get this card signed, one way or another. That's 70 set. Try getting that one signed. Good luck.
Yeah.
Back to 86 Topps. This is my 86 Topps sticker book. The
Nice.
cover is ripped off. All right.
Okay.
Just like my 86 Topps set, was unable to complete the 86 Topps sticker book.
What happened?
They stopped selling the stickers before I could complete it.
Oh,
So I am 27 stickers away from completing this book.
You are not going to
And-
do that, are you?
I have, funny you should ask that question also. I have, Sammy, our friend Mike, is bringing me a box of 86 Topps stickers
ooh.
to Philly, which I will then rip. Here's the White Sox, Jason. There you
I
go.
know. I see the legend right there in the upper left there. The GOAT.
The GOAT, Carlton Fisk.
No, the real GOAT, Harold Baines.
Oh, I thought you meant the
Oh,
Harold
no,
Baines
no.
didn't even. So Harold Baines didn't even get like the big sticker. He got like the little down here sticker, and he ends up in the Hall of Fame. I don't know. Although the top is Seaver, and there you go, Sammy. There's Seaver.
Yeah, wrong
In the
team.
correct uniform. That's what he should have went in the hall with.
Absolutely not.
Well, look at that big P Rose.
So
P Rose got the double sticker.
Andy's saying that he's like, what stickers do you need? Because he may have them, and I think Andy's going to the Philly show as well.
Oh well, I don't know. I'd have to go through it and look. But if Dean's still in there, there's the Ricky stuck in the book there. If you can see him, the shiny Ricky.
It's a very shiny card, very reflective.
Yeah, this is the All-Star stickers.
Yeah. Is that Will Clark
so I hope to complete this very shortly. And I was looking through this stack, and I was like, oh, there's my sticker book. I'm like, yeah, I'm short a few stickers. And then I was like, well, I just completed my 86 childhood top set. Let's complete our sticker book.
Can't you buy that whole set for like $30?
I'm sure I'm going to get a good deal.
No, I'm saying the 86 tops. Can't you get like the whole set for like $30 or something like that? I don't know what it goes for.
Do you know the joy I got out of completing my 86 top set by buying cards one at a time at card shows? And the joy I got of being with Mookie Chilson and Sammy Thunder when I found the final card for 86 tops. Come on.
What was the final card? Do you remember?
Pat Tabler. You see, now this is a funny story because I'm all paranoid, and I'll tell you the truth. Jason was the only person who knew what the card was because remember at Strongsville, I found a guy who had all 86 tops, and I bought like 30 of them, and he was missing one card, the Pat Tabler. And you were the only person I told that to. And then people started asking me, and I said, no, I'm not telling anybody because all of a sudden I'm going to get like mailed like 286 tops Pat Tablers, and I want to find it in the wild. That's kind of the thing with me with this junk waxy kind of stuff. I want to find it out there. So you were the only one who knew, and you don't even remember.
I don't remember.
I used to be on the channel and be like, well, there is one guy who knows what the card is. People would be in the comments. And it was Jason, and he forgot within 30 seconds of actually knowing.
Dude, if you were to tell me that, like, who was it? I'd say I have no flipping idea.
You know what would be really funny is like if somebody had the Pat Tabler card from '86, and then they're like, let's say it's at Strongsville, they're trying to find it at Strongsville, and someone has the card, and they just put it in like one of those dollar boxes or whatever, and they're like, Heath, why don't you take a look at this box?
Well, that's kind of like what Brett did with Dan from Dan's Vintage Baseball PC. Like and subscribe. At Strongsville, he knew I needed that Pinella 77 Burger King, which is the short print, which is hard to find. And they said, hey, Keith, look at these cards. He had he had a little clamshell with like 50 cards in it. He's like, look through here if there's anything you want. And I'm looking through, and I had this conversation with Brett about how I wanted that card. And I'm going through, and it's all stuff he's already sold me. I'm like, I have all this. Why is he showing me this stuff? Why is he giving me this stuff? I don't need any of this. Boom, and there, right in the middle of was the card I asked him about, and him and Dan set me up and shoved it in the middle, and then he gave me a good deal too. So
I tell you what I'm gonna do now.
My guy Brett,
you're going to Strongsville this year, right?
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna bring my Pat Tabler because I have the entire 86 set. I'm gonna have you sign it. And then I'm gonna one touch it.
Well, it was Strongsville where I found the box of 86 tops, and I was like, "Oh, look!" Because the thing was, I couldn't find them because no one's bringing 86 tops like sets. But now it's funny that I'm starting to see them all the time now that I'm not looking for them. But it made sense that the Pat Tabler was missing in Strongsville in Cleveland.
Right. It's actually it's a well liked set. A lot of people love the 86 set.
Well, that was I don't remember what you said yours was. It was 83, 82, but 86 was like my big, like, going heavy. And then 87, I have more 87 tops cards than anyone in the world.
84
but 86 was like that one where I was like really, and I fell just short of finishing it, like 30 something cards. And they sat there for 40 years, and I needed to get back into it and finish it.
Yeah, 84 was mine, but I was buying tons of 86. I would have been 12 at the time. So
yeah, I was 10.
Yeah.
9 or 10, depending on the time of year. And I used to get on the bike, ride down the mountain with my quarter, my 2 quarters in my pocket, or my dollar, and however packs I could afford that day. I have, I'm working on 84 now. That's my new, I need like 100 cards at 84. So that's my new one.
So you want to hunt for them. You don't want them like.
Exactly, because I could buy the set cheaper probably than I would have. But when I find them for like 10 cents a card, that's when I'm like, okay, this feels cool. I'm hunting for them. I'm not gonna buy I'm not gonna overpay for them. There you go. There's Pat.
Well, what if I just give them to you?
If you want to give me like a random lot, let's say, but I'm not gonna send you a list and have you send me the cards back because then it's no fun. I need to find them out there in the wild. I bought a Daryl Strawberry at the National because I needed it for the '84 top set. So.
Great
So we'll see
set.
what else
That's
we
my
get.
favorite set. Yeah, 86 was 86. I was ripping a lot, riding my bike down to the White Hen, which became a 7-Eleven, and ripping tons of 86. So
mine was the country store.
And I just remember as a kid in 86, I remember having a Beckett and looking at what the big card was. And in 86, to me, it was Chris Brown, the rookie from the Giants.
Yes. You know what card I still have? It's too far to get it, but I have the Chris Brown, the All-Star card, the All-Star send-away card.
Yes, yeah.
And I remember always thinking like, I have this Chris Brown. It was like it was a big deal. That and the Ernie Riles.
Right.
I had the Chris Brown and the Ernie Riles. Like I thought, no, man, I'm set.
I'm gonna retire on this card. I had like 3 Chris Browns, and they were like $2 each. I'm like, this is gonna be a fortune.
Well, it's funny because if I was looking at that sheet before when I was going through those, and I think the 80. It was the 88s, and the Eric Davis was the most expensive card.
Yeah,
it was $2. I think it said. Yeah, the Eric Davis.
The Eric Davis 85 is that's his rookie, right? 85, I think.
Yeah,
that was a big card in 85.
That was a huge card. That was like the Clemens, the Eric Davis, the that was the big one.
Speaking of cards, people are asking when they can start drinking again. Card.
Let's see. Should I be selective? No, let's not be selective. Let's just random. Oh, look. See, I lied. There's another 53 Bowman.
Great card.
Let's
Great
see.
Card.
Not filled out. Phil is not filled out.
That is super, super nice.
Beautiful bunting card. I love the bunting card. Shout out to Scott at Reindeer Studios.
Where's it marked?
You know what? It's I gotta remember now. It's up in here somewhere. I remember when I got this, and so not a funny story. This is one of the first cards I bought when I didn't really understand what I was doing buying graded cards. Mm-hmm. And I didn't realize it was marked, and I didn't realize what the MK was. I just thought it was a regular 4. And when I got it, I remember looking on it over and over and over again, and I think there's like a little something here. But honestly, I don't think this is marked.
I see it next to the number.
I don't think it's really a mark. I mean, would you think that would get a mark now?
It's someone's initials. It says JD.
Yeah, someone's initials on there.
You know what I think somebody did? They might have like erased it, tried to erase it.
Right.
Yeah, you're right. There's numbers. Initials are numbers. Yeah. So that's the mark.
It's still a great card though.
Yeah, but it's just funny. One of those early lessons, like, that's what that is. Okay.
Like Andrew's explanation. MK is Mortal Kombat.
Finish him.
And then the other one here. All right, let's talk hobby, guys.
That's what we're here for.
Well, I like to keep it fresh, Henny.
This one. Of course.
This one is a 4, and I could be wrong on this. It could be me, but this card I bought, and
60.
Yeah, and it's a 4, and it looks all right, right? But the corners are a little like a little less. And this is very early on, like this corner here, especially. I don't know how well you can see it.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's a 4 corner, right? Well, I don't know what you can see, but if you look at that, do you see that?
Yeah, it's cracked in.
So when this gets to me, I'm like, this doesn't really look like a 4. And I'm looking at it, and then I start looking at the slab, and I'm like, oh, so I need to look at the pictures of the slab before I buy these cards, because this is completely
correct.
This doesn't look like a solid 4 to me.
So are you saying they cracked it and swapped in a deuce with it?
Look at that corner there.
Yeah.
You think that's a 4 from SGC? You can see like under the white. It's really nice, like the face of it, but the corners just, I don't know. Maybe it's a 4 and the guy dropped it. I don't know, but it's got a lot of cracking, and it made me think somebody popped. And it was no returns, by the way. And that was my first, like, okay, I got to look at the slabs when I buy these cards.
So how do they
just buy ungraded? You don't got to worry about the slab.
Well, if the slab's been cracked and the card's been swapped, you do have to worry about it.
Right.
I will say the centering on it is pretty good, so that might. And
You
you
think
know
it
how,
pushed it? Yeah.
but you know how the grading companies are. I mean, there's inconsistencies everywhere.
Correct.
I mean, it could just be that it got dropped and whatever, but it's got, I don't know. Maybe I should just see if I can peel it apart with my hands, see what happens.
Well, how what's the number, the number on it, serial number, I guess, whatever you want to call
Really?
it.
Really?
Yeah,
Fine.
break it out.
Fine. I'll look. 2254667.
All right, so someone in the chat interpret that as whether it's an early number or later. Because I'm not very good with that.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm not
horrible with
sure
that.
what the SGC numberings are.
As
I
far
just feel
as
like the four corners, like if it wasn't for the corners, yes, I get it. But the corners are kind of like all dinged a little bit.
like
But the
ribbon
center of
cutting.
the card is beautiful.
Blue tape would have prevented the cracking of the case.
This is correct. Blue tape.
I am seeing out there in the wonderful YouTube community, I am seeing a lot more Keith impersonations. So
it's great.
it seems to be happening a little more often. And it's not just Brent.
I don't know. I think when you come up with a genius catchphrase that
it's great.
is not a genius catchphrase, but you just started talking and then it came out of your mouth. All right, so if you look at my videos, let's peel back the curtain, guys. If you look at my early videos, I'm like, hey, guys, welcome to the Lonely Basement, baseball cards. And then I'm like, because I was saying baseball cards because it was in the name. So I was trying to make sure I said it because it was in the name, but there was always a pause because of the way the words kind of come together, Lonely Basement, baseball cards. So there was always a pause. So then I started kind of elongating the pause, and I actually started talking faster without even knowing it. And until Brent did his video, I was like, am I really going that fast? And I watched the video, and now every time I do it, I hear Brent. I don't hear me. I hear Brent doing it.
That's what friends are for, baby.
And it's funny, though, because I get this with Mangini a lot, too. People do the impersonations, and they don't enunciate the right parts of things right. So it's funny to me.
Mangini says he thinks that Brent does a better Keith than Keith.
This is what I'm saying. So I heard him, and I was like, because I swear to God, because he did the whole background and everything, and I'm like, what am I watching? Like for a split second I was confused, but then I realized, okay, it's Brent. He's doing something. But for a split second was like, what? Like, did he cut me? Did he like use one of my videos? Like, what is that? And I thought it was me for like a split second. So
I'm loving the comments. I was actually going to text you guys. I was going to say, hey, I've got a bunch of topics that we can talk about, and I was going to line them all up. It was going to be grading, the bubble bursting,
There you go.
value in cards.
I'd really like to talk about long-term value in cards and the hobby bubble if we could get into that a little bit tonight.
I love the bubble video you did. We were like chewing gum.
Do you understand that Mangini tore me up for the bubble? That it wasn't a good bubble? I let him down.
Well, you're looking for like the Bellavacqua bubble?
Well, you know what I did? I had some big league chew, so I threw it in my mouth real quick, and I was like, this is my brain. It's like, oh, I'll do this bubble thing real fast. So I'm chewing the gum right before I hit record. I hit record, but I didn't have the gum like really worked good.
Right. It was still a lot of sugar.
And it just kind of went like. So then at the second time, and I got at least it sort of was like a bubble. And then I said blowing bubbles, and then I started laughing out loud. And, it just,
Yeah, John says that bubble was pathetic.
He called me out on my bubble skills. And I'd like to think I can do better, but in that instance, live, in the moment, I failed.
I think it's important to note that you should probably be pretty proud of yourself, Keith, that you do not blow well. That's probably a good thing.
I appreciate that, Jason. I don't want to have judgments here on cardboard and cold ones because I don't want anybody getting canceled, but I appreciate it.
Brenda said that bubbles can't burst if you put blue tape on them.
That's correct.
There you go.
Brilliant.
Nothing breaks with blue tape. No one said card in a while, Sammy.
It sounds like, oh yeah, well actually they did. Somebody
all right, here's another 53 Bowman.
There you go. Keith wants to escape this conversation. It's possible.
Where am I going? I'm in the lonely basement. Where am I going? I got nothing to do. Now this one, Sam, you remember I got this at Garfield. This is a back special.
Who'd you buy that from?
The guy along the wall.
Oh, Ron.
Yeah, Ron.
Ron.
And I think I literally paid like $20 for it or something.
Messed
It's
up
pretty
backs for
nice.
the win. I just did that
It's
whole
pretty
video.
nice. It's a pretty nice. There's no creases on this.
I'd take it all
Corners
day
are
long.
nice. So, I needed one. I was like, oh, I should buy a better one, but then I was like, nah, you know what? If the face is nice, I don't really upgrade a lot. The only thing I might upgrade is my Munsons. Here you go. So everybody knows I'm a Munson guy, right? So you see the 70, the rookie. But if you look at my Munsons are childhood cards. A lot of them.
Tell people
Like,
that.
This is my 75 Munson. I don't know how bad you can tell it looks, but I bought this at the Holiday Inn, by the way, probably for about $5 to $7. It's good. It's like completely beat up here. And I'm like, oh, I really should buy a new one and get one slabbed or whatever. But I'm like, but I have the card. And it might be beat. And
that's all you
it
need.
might have a giant crease and but it's my 75 Thurman Munson card.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
That little 10-year-old me or 12-year-old me bought. This was from Lenny. This was a gift from Lenny from Cardcast. Like and subscribe to Lenny from Cardcast. There you go. Hit his whatnot up.
Off-centered Leonard.
Off-centered
Hit Lenny's
Leonard.
whatnot up. You can trust Lenny on whatnot. I wouldn't trust everybody, but I trust Lenny. This one he sent me in that care package, and this is actually the Yaz card.
I bet you Mangini's probably drooling over that. He loves those massively miscut cards.
Well, it's funny. I had no idea, and I forget. It was one of the Boston guys said that. It was either Pigger Jim or Ryan McClain. One of those guys from up there said to me, "Hey," in the comments, "Hey, that the bottom part's a Yaz card." And I was like, "No, I didn't." And then I looked at it. I was like, "Oh yeah," I checked the number. It's a Yaz. Yaz was right below him on the sheet.
That's cool.
So there you go. But yeah, I got to upgrade a few of these, but I don't know. Maybe not.
Nah, you got them.
That's my theory.
What's the one Munson that you're missing?
Well, I need the deckle edge, you know that. But I mean, base run, I have all the tops. I have all the Hostess. I have all the 3D Kellogg's. I have the Burger Kings.
You have the greatest moments.
I have the greatest moments. That's in an oversized box up there. Hold on.
You're gonna you make Jason and I very happy to show.
Yes. Oversized. I need the
showing
greatest
that card.
moments.
Oversized.
I love showing this card. Sammy's actually
One of us.
Let's see. I just pulled the stack out of the oversized. What do we got here? We got the mantle. There you go.
There's
67? Is that 67?
Yeah, the poster.
Yeah.
And then that one showed up.
Ooh,
Yeah.
There you go.
When did you
I
buy
remember
that?
you buying that.
Was that the Strongsville?
2024 National.
Oh wow.
That's where I met you in Cleveland. We
Yep.
were it was at
It was actually
Chapel.
funny. That's funny to me anyway, because I don't think this would happen now. But me and Jason were at Chapel's table, and it wasn't Chapel, but it was the other guy that works with him. I always forget his name. And I said, "Hey, can I look at some of those stacks?" And I started looking through stuff, and Jason and I had just met, and I just said hi to him, and I gave him a gift because I knew him from his channel, and I hadn't really made a video yet. And we were talking, and I'm going through the stacks, and he's just kind of looking. And I was like, dude, dig in, like get in there. And he's like, oh, like I was like, dude, that's what they're here for. Like, because Chapel stacks, like this was not on top.
No.
I think it was a Hank Aaron on top.
Yep.
Wow.
When I got my Munson candy lid, what was it? It was like a comment on top. And I was like, seriously, like, why are you hiding the candy lid on the bottom? The Munson on the bottom. Like the Munson was Chapel's. Anybody who ever sees Bill Chapel's table, you got to go through his stacks because the bigger cards sometimes are not on top.
I love those things, and I don't have one. I need to add one. I love those things.
Yeah, I think you were with me when I got this one too, at Chapel's table at Strongsville on Sunday. I think we were walking with Joe. Yeah,
you, me, and Joe.
Yep. And then Jason was there when I got this one. Look at that. See, this is the community, guys. Who was?
I was with you. I was with you this year.
Sammy at Shriners was with me when I bought this one.
Right.
Dan says from Steel City, I'm looking to find Keith the Dandy Mantle. If I find him the one he's looking for, my good deed of the month will be complete.
Well, I don't have the money today, so we can work on an installment plan, Dan.
Right.
Honestly, I want like a 2.5 to a 4. I think I could afford it once I save up. I think that's my ballpark based on current values, but that's kind of where I'm looking. I don't want like I've looked at a lot of ones and 1.5s, and they're all like creased in half and stuff. I mean, if I found the right one, I would go for it. But
I think what people don't understand, Keith is very more particular than most people would think. I think you are.
well, you called me a looper, didn't you? So
Yeah, I told you. He busted out the looper. I said, "What is this, Adam?" Adam's from Minute Sanctuary. Got the nickname the Looper when I saw him. He breaks out a loop. I'm like, "Oh my god!"
well, I'll tell you what, Joe was like when I bought the hold please.
The Red Heart.
When I bought this card, Joe was literally like you were there, Jason. He was like in this card, like he was
Yes.
inside this card.
Yes.
Like he was like bent over. He had his lights out. He was like, he was literally in this card for me. Like he looked at this card 10 times harder than I would have looked at this card.
But we were looking at that and another one at the same
Well,
time.
the two, and he literally was like instrumental. I'm like, dude, see that? And I'm like, oh yeah, I don't want that. He's like, you don't want, like he literally helped me
Right.
qualify the two.
And what cracks me up about him is he's a low grade collector. So to see him do like a lot of the stuff he has is lower grade. He doesn't
well, it's
care
funny
about that.
because you said if it's me or Joe, we're going to tell you to buy the cheaper one. But when Joe got there and it wasn't his money, it was my money. He's like, dude, this is the car.
Right.
Like,
I was stunned. He 180'd me. I'm like, Jesus, really? But for the value, it was the right play. It was the right play.
I would not have been happy with that. I told you that there was a print mark on it, Sammy. And
yes.
Right away, like in my brain, I was like, all I would see is that print mark for the rest of my life. But Joe really dug in there, and you could see it had a bit of the wave.
Yes.
You know? And I'm looking at it this way, you know, he's like, you know.
right.
Who's Joe Rosen?
What's that?
You talking about Joe Rosen?
It was Joe Rosen. Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, he texted me the other day. I think what was he letting me know about? He's letting me know about a card that was in auction, or no, it's like a bunch of Willie Mays stuff in auction right now, in Hunt auctions.
Oh yeah, I'm on. You know, you get on several of the chats, right? Yeah. I think I should put my lefty on the slab pack chat.
Yeah.
But there's a chat of a couple guys where they're picking stuff up like every day, and I'm like, man, I can't keep up with you guys. I'm like, it's too much. I just can't. You know, I'm proud when I'm buying my $85 card. I'm like, look at this bad boy.
There's nothing wrong with an $85 card, Jason.
No, not at all. Not the one I got.
Fixed. I plan on getting this fixed at some point.
You have to. You got to wear it. I thought you were going to wear it. I thought you were going to wear it last year.
No, I've just been lazy. I just haven't gotten around to bringing it to a place to get it fixed.
I've got a Jordan. I'll get the Jordan fixed, and you get that fixed, and we'll wear them in Strongsville.
There you go. That's the way to go.
Well, ironically, Sammy, I know a guy who could fix that for you.
Okay.
Yeah, he used to play for Anthrax.
Dan Spitz from Anthrax, right here, can fix that watch for you.
Yeah, but he works on high-end watches, and he's probably going to charge a fortune.
Yeah, he does pretty expensive stuff. But you know, you're Sammy Thunder. I mean,
it only goes so far, my friend. You
can't have Dan Spitz working on your watch. You know, who's going to have Dan Spitz working on your watch? The guy from Pantera? I don't know.
It's a great question. Eventually, I'll work my way up there.
To the Dan Spitz watch shop? It's actually interesting, Jason. Did you ever see? There's a whole video about his watchmaking stuff.
No, I'm gonna go look it up now, though.
Look, yeah, typed in Dan Spitz watchmaking. You'll find there's like a YouTube video. It's like a whole thing about him and doing the watches. It's interesting. He flies all over the Switzerland, Germany. Does all? Yeah, it's crazy.
That's crazy. I just love the fact where Sammy. We were on a live a couple months ago, and Sammy's like, I have a picture with a rock star, and he shows the picture. I'm like, that's friggin' Ace Frehley. He's like, how do you know that? I'm like, it's Ace. You know who Ace is. I just
wound the watch, and it's working now.
Is it really?
Well, actually, hold on a second. Oh no, it's moving.
There you go.
No,
I don't know if
it's necessary.
From a second, it looked like it was moving, but I don't know.
Dan Spitz would be proud.
I fixed my watch.
Well, it's funny to think about it. Like this is people like, oh, it's playing thrash metal. He's not, but that's like precision.
Yeah,
watchmaking is
same thing. Precision. Exactly right.
No, this thing's not working. Right. Never mind, it's not working.
If you take the speed out, you know, like the literal speed, and you calm down a little bit, then you know You're doing the work.
It's precision with steadiness as opposed
There
to
you go.
precision with speed.
Yep.
Mike Bocar's here just commented, "Hello, gentlemen."
Hold on, Mike.
There you go.
Mike
There it
is
is.
hosting the baseball card show at the All Sport in Fishkill on November 8th. $3. All proceeds for the veterans, guys. Support the veterans at Mike's show. It is a great show. Going to be plenty of vintage, plenty of cards. November 8th. Be there or be square.
Very cool.
Fishkill, New York. All Sport.
One of the best shows in my mind. One of the best shows.
So where's Fishkill in relationship to you guys, like distance wise?
So for me, it's like dead east, like 25 minutes. Say.
Okay.
For me, it's about an hour.
Okay.
Hour north. Since I live in the city, I drive an hour north to get there.
Okay.
It's a nice drive. It's a nice drive in the morning. It was always.
You go up the river, Sammy? See the sights?
I take. What do? I take the Taconic. I take that all the way up, and then I get on 84, and I'm there.
Yeah.
Sometimes what I'll do is because that route gets a little stale. So sometimes what I do is I'll take the Taconic. I'll get off at an exit that leads me to Route 6, I think, or
9.
9. Yeah,
Probably 9. Yeah. Yeah,
And then
you go up the river. That's why I was asking, because if you go up from Peekskill, you go up the river. It's a beautiful drive, but I mean, you're going 30 miles an hour.
Yeah, but it was great, man. It's always exciting. It's always exciting when setting up at Fishkill, because you end up meeting there's a lot of vintage guys that go to that show, including you, myself, and there's a lot of guys that go to that show, and they have the dedicated vintage like Mark who sets up there, and what's his name, Aaron, but I don't know if Aaron still sets up. Aaron, right? You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. I don't know. Was he there last time?
No, I didn't see him.
Yeah.
I'd really like to tell Mark to, I don't know, never mind.
To wake up?
He's got cards there. It's just I don't know.
So Mark, for context, Jason, Mark sells not purely raw cards. Doesn't sell any graded cards, only raw. As far as organization goes, he keeps things really organized.
Very organized. Very organized.
Everything's organized by player. So I think so does he group players based on their career?
Most of the time he has the run, like the players runned out most of the time.
Oh, I like that.
He does like the our price, their price sticker, that kind of thing.
Right.
His prices are a little on the high side, but I will say there were times where he has worked with you on price, or has worked with me on price. I've bought stuff from him before, but not that often anymore, just because my collecting preferences changed, obviously. But I did, I bought a Jim Hunter, Catfish Hunter rookie card off of him. It was real. I mean, he does have really nice stuff. His raw cards are real. He does buy good raw stuff. It's just some of his prices are a little higher than others.
That doesn't bother me if it's not insane, but the cards are worth it, and lately I've been buying a lot of ungraded stuff. So the lefty that I bought graded was just on a fluke because of the price. It was cheaper than the ungraded one I was looking at. So, and better looking.
Yeah. But I guess, Keith, you mostly buy from Mike.
Yeah, I buy from Mark. I've bought plenty of cards from him, usually from his binders, like his Yankee binder and stuff. But again, like you said with the pricing, eventually, the more I grew and the further I went,
He must. I guess he goes. He always brings that Vintage Collector magazine or whatever. What is it? Vintage Collector? I forget the name of that. It gives you all the prices.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Is it the Beckett vintage? I don't know if it's a Beckett one or not.
I don't know. It has I never really pay attention to any of that stuff anymore. So,
are they still publishing the Beckett?
They're publishing the
vintage.
Are they really?
Yeah,
there are literally dealers, Jason. I don't know if you haven't come across one that will pull that guide out and open it up.
Really?
I don't see it a lot, but I have still seen it. Yeah. There's a guy who owns a shop in New Jersey who it was literally like a $15 card, and I was like, hey, what can you do here? He's like, hold on a second. He picked it up and he.
Wow.
I'll do 12. I said, all right.
Wow.
Hope the magazine helped.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it still happens.
All right, gents. Well, I hate to cut it short, but I must adjourn.
Yes.
It's to bring it all back to the wrestling card.
JYD, baby.
We always end where we start, Sammy. You know,
Always
in the
makes
ground.
always makes sense. Want to thank everybody in the chat for participating in tonight. We definitely had over 50 people, so Keith brings the following, man.
Man, he's a legend in his own mind. He brings
Like and subscribe to the Lonely Basement.
There you go. I'll leave the link in the chat. Please do so if you enjoyed Keith's banter and his cards and what he has to bring to the community. Subscribe. It always kind of gives me like a Kent Brockman sort of feel, because whenever he's doing whenever you're doing your videos, Keith, you always have that Kent Brockman.
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah, that's not where it's from.
I know.
But I know what you're saying. Where I know where it's from in my head. But
because you can hear when Kent Brockman, he's like sharing the news, and he'll go up a register, down a register in his voice.
Here, I'll give you a little quick. I always, the fan, and like listening to sports talk radio and all that, like that's like the thing, right? Like growing up, like, and I always listened to Imus because my dad was a big Imus guy, and I became an Imus guy through my dad as I got older. And he always used to talk about, because he was always kind of like a behind the scenes, like he would tell you what different things about his history in radio, and he would always talk about you have to modulate your voice up and down, and hey, WNBC. You have to modulate up and down to it catches people's ear and it keeps them listening. So it's always been in the back of my mind. The up and the down, Mike and the Mad Dog, like dog going up and down. It's always been in my mind when I do this, like to keep my voice.
It's brilliant. It's flowing. Brilliant. That's such a smart
thing. It's from radio. Yeah.
It's so good. All right, everybody. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Keith, for joining. And we'll be back next week. Subscribe to Keith. The link is in the chat. And we'll see you guys soon. Have a good rest of your night.
See y'all.